Hey, this is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. It's actually the 6th today. As you can probably hear, it's raining out, so I do a lot of thinking, and I think I'll make a video here. I've been thinking of doing this for a while, and I'm rethinking what I said last night about my videos being too long. There was 600 or 700 hits on that, and that is someone that views a video all the way through. And I don't think we're really going for the billions of hits. If a person will watch a video that's 10 minutes long, I'm told that they probably have a good attention span. And that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for, a million hits. It doesn't make any difference. We're looking for doers in this whole thing, and not just, it's not a contest to see how many hits you can get. Anyway, I've titled this, Viewer Discretion Advised. And that's because I know some of you have small children, so there might be some things that you see here that are a little bit startling. I want to talk about bureaucrats, all right? Bureaucrats are people that work for a bureaucracy, of course, and a bureaucracy is an entity in government that is not elected by the people. DNR is an excellent example. The DNR is not accountable to the people of Michigan. The DNR is accountable to the director. His name is Keith Cray. He took over for Rodney, my main man Stokes, who is mowing lawns down in Detroit right now. And Keith Cray, as the director, he works for Governor Rick Snyder. So last night we were talking about, let's get 500 phone calls down to the governor's office this week. And with some of the input that I've seen on that video I did last night, that may happen. It may happen. And that could be a beautiful thing. Who knows? The governor might realize that his constituency, that you all have to vote him in next time, might not want to do that if he's going to do stuff like this to the citizenry. So anyway, I just want to do a little education right now. I'd like to show you some bureaucracy type folks, and just do a little accountability, here. Of course, the Attorney General's office, the Attorney General is an elected official, and so that means the people that work for him at his behest. Like, if he's not there, they're not there, right? So they're somewhat elected type folks. And I want to show you some of the attorneys that we've been dealing with here, just so you can get an idea of what they look like. And this is really important because these people live amongst you. These are people that are willing to push the Attorney General's agenda of destruction of the Constitution forward, and they live amongst you. They would like to remain anonymous. I've used their names, and I hear that really freaks them out. But they live amongst you. They're moms. They have children that go to soccer games, and they go to soccer games or whatever, and you see them at the store and stuff. But here's some photos. This is Danielle Allison Yoakum. She seems to be the lead attorney on this deal, working for the Attorney General. There's a picture of her business card. She actually gave that to me. Yeah, I'd like to say there's nothing personal, but working hard at putting my children out on the street, it's personal. And this is Kelly M. Drake. Alright. She's also another attorney working for the Attorney General, for Bill Schuette. Alright. She gave me her card too, last time I ran into her. There it is right there. Notice those phone numbers on there. Go ahead and give them a call. Tell them what you think. Then, some true bureaucrats. Probably the woman that is heading up the invasive species order, and is the point of the spear for the DNR, is a woman by the name of Shannon Hanna. And she's a beauty. I swear to God, we didn't doctor this photo. This was just taken in the courtroom. This is a bureaucrat, all right? She is unaccountable to the people. She works for Keith Cray, and she is the point of the spear. This is the chick that told us up in Grayling, the meeting up there. She was the main briefer. She told us that, well, if you have a mother pig and she has babies, that we're to send pictures of the babies to her, to Shannon Von Hanna, right? Send them to her, and she'll let us know if we can keep them. So, of course, if your baby has stripes on it, I guess you're knocking that one in the head. All right, and then the last time we were in court, I've brought this up before, but this is startling to me. When we go to court with these people, we're farmers, and I guess we are, you know, an exalted breed, but they always want to bring these dudes with them. These two dudes stood there and kept guard on us the whole time. You can't tell it from the photograph. Maybe you can with the guy in the green shirt. But they're wearing body armor and they were packing Glock 40s in the courtroom. And I find that kind of startling that the state is feeling that threatened by us farmers that they have to bring armed guards in with them. And that brings me to my next feeling, something that I want to bring up a little bit. If they feel that way about us, and remember when we went to court in Sheboygan, we counted 17 people in there that were all carrying guns and wearing bulletproof vests. And there were actually 5 U.S. Marshals there. All right, that's a little disturbing because to get the U.S. Marshal to come in, then you bring it in federal jurisdiction, and that's problematic because every time the feds get involved in something like this, bad things happen. You know, I don't need to remind you of the different problems that citizens have had with federal government over things like this where people wind up dead. So that's a little problematic. And so we want to make sure that we don't communicate any threats of any means. But the reality of the situation here is the state is losing control of citizens. These guys, they're getting their paychecks. And what's their job? They produce anything? No. They just protect people like that. And you know what people like this fear the most? They fear this. It's a pitchfork. And this has long been a symbol of citizenry or peasantry, because in a lot of societies where citizens have been left with nothing, disarmed, they still have this. And when enough of them get together with these, you can have a lot of these guys, but it doesn't make any difference. And why am I bringing this up? I'm not going to start any kind of insurrection or anything, but you people need to understand the power that you have. Your voices, they do listen to them, because they don't want to wind up in a bad situation. As far as the governor maybe not getting reelected or Bill Schuette not being reelected, I don't think you should vote for either one of them. I certainly won't, and I will campaign with any candidate that runs against them. But you need to be reminded of the power that you have as American citizens. These unelected folks, throughout history, they run out of options. And what does a person like this do when they run out of options? When they get backed into a corner? Something to think about. So I think we all need to be a little bit concerned. We need to hit those phones hard, call that governor's office and tell him ditch this, or else. And 500 of you that call there and tell him ditch it or we're not voting for you, he's gonna sit up and take notice of that maybe. But are we going to just let this go when this is over and allow this on the loose? I don't think we should. I think that we need to go after these people individually, legally, of course, you won't need your pitchforks. Hire lawyers and go after them individually. It takes dollars. Of course it takes dollars, and it's going to take sacrifice. But if we go after the likes of this one individually, she will have to defend herself, just the same as we've had to defend ourselves. We've had to come up with our own funds for our lawyers and our lobbyists and other things like that. So what do we need to do this? We need dedicated individuals that have lots of disposable income. Right? Not hard. There's lots of you out there, right? Lots of you eat our meat. We need you to come alongside of us, because we are going to win this thing in court. I've been going through the papers today and going through the judge's opinion, and so long as they're not able to coerce this judge and we're able to go and get a fair trial with a jury, we will win this. And but then it's time to follow the likes of these people back down the hole that they came out of and make an example out of them. So the next time a bureaucrat is asked to do something that is contrary to the Constitution of the United States, right here, this sacred document right here, contrary to the United States Constitution, they will think twice about it, and especially if it involves a farmer.